Hey guys, what's up? This is Loco again, and this time I'm going to show you records I've never put out. Actually, I got these maybe a year ago at the most. Um, these are, I wouldn't say underground hard rock bands, but not rock bands that every single body knows. They were never that mainstream, but they are bands I really dug, I really enjoy, and really dig these bands. And I'm going to start with the first one I'm going to get for you guys. Is one that was one of the, I wouldn't say the first band, but one of the bands that was in that was quasi, like a kind of, I would say, like in a B movie. This is a second division band, but still pretty good album, this one. The album name is, and the band's name, I'm sorry, is the same name. It's Cobra. And it's Jimmy Jamison, who later became Survivor's singer. He was the second singer of Survivor. I don't know if he's still with the band and Survivor's still around. I think they may be banned. Many of you guys know them, that they're from Chicago. This is the album called Cobra, and it's called First Strike. And it had some pretty good songs. They're signed with Epic label, and they're pretty good actually. There's songs like Danger Zone, Looking at You, What Love Is, Thorn in Your Flesh. The ones I like are Blood on Your Money, Only You Can Rock Me. I like. This was recorded by Tom Allen. Well, produced, which as many of you guys know, produced many people in Criteria in Miami. Also produced a few Judas Priest albums and Eric Clapton albums back in the day. This was recorded actually at Bay Shore One Point in Miami, April of '83. Of course, mastered by none other than the famous George Marino at Sterling Sound in New York. It's a pretty good album, actually. I would definitely recommend you guys listen to it. It's come with the lyric sheet. It's on Epic. You can hear First Strike. It's a good band, actually. It's definitely rocks harder than Survivor did, even though Survivor, to me, was a pretty decent band. So that's it. Then there's another band, actually funny, and I didn't even realize it when I picked it. Another band from Chicago, and if Cobra weren't known, maybe just because of Jimmy Jamison later on, I'm probably not even pronouncing this guy's name right. I mean, and they have a lot of the Survivor albums. But anyway, you know who I'm talking about. There's another band from Chicago released, I don't know, if a couple of albums. Their name was Holland, after their guitarist, and after their singer named Tom Holland. They had a few songs like Wake Up the Neighborhood, which was kind of a radio, I don't know if I could say it was a hit, but it was played on the radio a lot back in the mid-'80s when this came out. They were signed to Atlantic Records. This is a promo copy. It has a sticker, as you can see. They're not the sticker, but the page where it says promo. Little Monsters is the name of the album. Actually, a very good band. You can YouTube them and check out some of their live videos. Holland is a good band, you know, signed by a big major label like Atlantic, and it's a shame that it never, you know, came to fruition for them. It was released in the mid-'80s, 1985. This was recorded actually at Record Plant in L.A. and Posture Music House in Hollywood, where I think Quiet Riot recorded a lot of their big hits. Percussion on the album is Tom Werman, so that's somebody I'm sure you guys know. He was engineer on it. Produced by Tom Werman also, so they got a big name producer back then. And it was a pretty good band, actually. Holland, if you get this album, definitely recommend it on vinyl or even on CD or MP3. Then this other album, another obscure band, call them international band. The singer, keyboardist is an Argentine who many of you know played with UFO Danny Perono from Argentina. The guitar player, actually, and it's a pride to me to say because he's from my home country of Spain, is Salvador. Salvador's last name is Salvador Dominguez. He's a very good guitar player. He played with a huge rock and roll singer in Spain called Miguel Rios, and he plays great guitar. So they were a pretty international band. I think there were two guys who are also British. So there are two Brits, one Spaniard, and one Argentine guy. Their album is called Tarzan. Was called Tarzan. They had songs like Pack Rules, which was a song that was played in the radio back in the day in Europe. Tarzan had a lot of good songs. The Hills Have Eyes was good. Shout That Name. The other guys, Ralph Hood was on bass, and Danny Perron, actually his brother, was also lead vocal. So there's two. I apologize. Two Argentine guys, one Brit, one Spaniard. I'll tell you, there is Argentine. This is Danny Perron now. His brother is here, both Argentines. This is the guy who's British, I think played with UFO also, and the guy with the sunglasses is a Spaniard, Salvador. Very good guitar player. Actually, if you can catch him on YouTube, you might see his videos. Also, Miguel Rios, he plays. You'd see there's a song called Banzai, a very good song. This is a very good album, actually. I have to admit, it sounds good for the time. It was a mid-'80s hard rock. It was released in Atco, printed here in the U.S., 1985. Recorded at Soul Studios in England, and actually recorded at Track Studios in Madrid, Spain, of all places. Produced, engineered, and mixed by, wow, Stuart Epps. So they had a big name producer in Stuart Epps. There's Tarzan, and the album is self-titled Tarzan. It says Valentino Records on Atco, and I think it has pictures also that came with it. So it was very well done. Well, no, this is the cool logo of the tiger. The Tarzan, and the other side it has the actual lyrics. And yes, it is in English. The song in English. Produced by Stuart Epps, engineered by Juan Cuadrado in Spain. So, but it's very good. It's actually a album that you might be able to get in vinyl or in CD. And if you're fans of like hard rock from that time, British sounding hard rock with a decent singer and an extremely talented guitarist in Salvador, I highly recommend you pick it up. Tarzan. Then this is an American band. Kind of almost hit the big time in the early to mid 80s, even though they started in the 70s. Dave Menichetti, one of my favorite guitar players and singers, actually. I put him in the top 20 of singers and guitar players. So now by that name, many of you guys might know it. These guys were from, I think, San Francisco, California. Still are. I think they're still playing. Dave Menichetti plays with them. I don't know if Joey Alves and Phil Kenmore are still with the band. Is Yesterday and Today, or YNT, like they prefer to be called. This is a live album, Open Fire. Great band. This is actually a promo of that. One that I'm missing, which I'd like to get in the future, is Black Tiger. That's a great album. This is Mean Streak. I love this album too. And the cover is just awesome. Songs like Mean Streak, Hang 'em High, Down and Dirty, Midnight in Tokyo. I mean, these guys could jam, could rock. Then the first couple of albums I have Earthshaker. This is them, and Earthshaker was like a big hit in Japan, actually, this album. And the guys who you can see them are there, the original members of YNT. Then the first album's like Struck Down. This one I got for $1, and of course the cover is shot to pieces. But it's the vinyl is very good. It has songs like Nasty Sadie, Dreams of Egypt, Stargazer, and Struck Down. This came out in '78, and it's the original band of Dave Menichetti, Joey Alves, Phil Kenmore on bass, and Leonard Hayes, the big dude, on drums. The album is actually in very good shape, and it's got a pretty cool picture of them live of the time. You can tell it's in the late '70s. But Yesterday and Today is a very underrated band. I would have to compare them to, maybe, for many of you friends from Canada, April Wine, which is huge in Canada. Great band. I have about 4 of their albums. But here in the U.S., April Wine is, well, I wouldn't say unknowns, but they never did get the recognition they deserved as a great band that they are. Same with Yesterday and Today, I feel. First Yesterday and Today album, real good. This one came out in '76, '77. It has Earthshaker, it has Fast Ladies, it has Animal Woman, Dave Menichetti, Joey Alves, Phil Kenmore. This was released on 1976 London Records, so I was right. It is London Records, and the back cover is good. And the album is in excellent shape too. This album is in excellent shape. So just wanted to show you those, and hope you like them. They're not that well known of the bunch. I'm assuming Yesterday and Today, YNT, is the most known, if you want to call them, band. Fairly obscure hard rock bands of the 70s and 80s. Hope you like them, and I definitely recommend you catching them in vinyl if you can, obviously, and if not, well, CD or MP3, what can you do? If anything, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hey guys, have a great one.